Welcome to Ideagen TV. It's wonderful to have everyone here with us today. I'm Adriana Sifakis, Vice President of Ideagen, and we are happy to introduce Leslie Short, who's joining us today. Welcome, Leslie.
Hello there. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's wonderful to see you, Leslie. Wonderful to have you on Ideagen TV. Leslie, we go back so many years now. You are just awesome. You are like one of the very best. You are full of such positive energy, and I've enjoyed being a friend of yours and a colleague over the years now, and it's been a gift to have you in my life.
Well, I feel the same way about both you and George and the Ideagen family. Like it's we're doing good work, and it's great to be around good people that's doing good work.
This is so true, Leslie. You're doing incredible work, and I would love for you to share with our audience a little bit about your background and what you're doing these days.
Absolutely. Well, I'm the owner of the Cavu Group, which I work with companies and organizations to expand beyond their current culture. And I do that through the diversity and inclusion lens and through company culture and leadership, and really look at the way we're dealing with our employees, our staff, and who we are as we say we're leaders within this new normal. But I was doing it before the new normal, and it's really about having an understanding your purpose within the business world, but your purpose and responsibilities to your employees and to yourself.
That's excellent. We've known you over the years through Damon John, one of our favorite Shark Tank judges. It's been fun to get to know you and Damon and all the work you all have been doing collectively. And now here we are. It's been it was a challenging 2020. Thank God we're 2021 now. Yeah. Everything that happened with the global pandemic, I guess maybe led to some opportunities for some people. Hopefully, I guess you've been quite busy. I know you wrote a book during that time. I see it propped up in the background. I'm so proud of that book. I've really enjoyed reading about some things that are in that book, and I can't wait for you to share that with us. And I know leadership right now is more crucial than ever.
Absolutely.
I know that's something you believe in. And I just wondered, what does true leadership mean to you? And why do you believe now more than ever that we need strong and effective leadership?
Absolutely. I mean, leadership has always been to me about understanding who you are and your added value into conversations about leadership and how you lead. Anyone can be called a leader. It's understanding that it's not about you. It's about the people that you're working with and the mission that you're all trying to get there. Leadership is being able to be flexible. With this new normal, we still don't know what a new normal is. We're in the normal of the moment. So if you're still thinking about what happened in 2019, you've lost the mark and new opportunities for 2021 and 2022 and beyond. You have to really be able to sit back and say, how am I, the one that is supposed to be steering the ship? What am I adding to make sure that we don't sink, but that we turn with the tides and keep with our mission? So that means having commitment, being accountable, your personal review, and having empathy that we may all be in this together, but we're not equal in this together. And how do you take the best of everyone, everything, and every opportunity to build towards your mission and values for where you are today? That's a leader.
I love it. I love your enthusiasm about it. You have such a passionate way of sharing and expressing your voice with others, and you inspire so many. And speaking of global leadership, I know you're involved in so many projects. Is there any particular philanthropic adventure that you find the most fulfilling that you're working on?
You know, I've been so deep in the work with companies at the moment. I'm going to say anyone that's having the conversation about equity, not equality, but equity, giving access, whether it's climate or food or within the diversity and inclusion umbrella and outlook, social justice and racial justice. How are we having these conversations about equity, building pathways for people to succeed and giving tools to those that need it, and the opportunities. And that's probably the best part. I don't have one. I'm blessed enough to have several clients that are working in this direction. So I get to work on this stuff every single day. And that's the best.
That is the best. I have to say I have some experience, as being a minority business owner. I'm in the restaurant business now. It's going on 5 years, and I've yet to have you over to the Italian place. So that is next for you. I need your picture on the wall. I need a copy of your book on the wall, and I need to share it with everyone who comes through the door.
I'm in.
I know, absolutely. So I know you have a lot going on with the book, and I understand that the Cavu Groups is focused on diversity and inclusion, and this is fantastic. There's other organizations that are doing similar work. How is your work different, and how is it similar? How can you explain that?
I always want to make it clear that working in social justice and racial justice is different than diversity and inclusion. They are kissing cousins, but it's not the same work. So when I speak about diversity, I'm saying gender, race, LGBTQ+, disabilities, sight seen and unseen, veterans. And I'm making sure that that is part of the conversation always, and that there are 4 pillars if you're going to be successful. Diversity, which is a separate word than inclusion, company culture, and equity. And we have to break down the definitions of these terms and how do you build that as the foundation of your company or organization, and not an add-on. When you start adding infinity groups and adding all these groups on, if you don't build it into the foundation, then you're just building groups. You're not building true, equitable, inclusive environments and cultures. And that's the difference that I really look from the mailroom to the boardroom on how we're building those 4 pillars.
That's excellent. And you can never have enough. You can never have enough communication about diversity and inclusion, and just discussions with everyone that comes your way. In fact, that's one of the things that we thrive here at Ideagen is our cross-sector collaborations. And it's been wonderful to connect so many people over the years that are doing such tremendous work. And we see a huge difference with our work and others' works in bringing it all together and changing the world, truly. Yes. And you've been a part of that, Leslie, and we're so happy that you've been able to participate in our Ideagen summits over the years. And we've seen the relationships that we've fostered and the cross-sector collaboration throughout our communities. And I wondered, with global partnerships and the priority for the work that you do, how have these partnerships helped you achieve your mission, and just partnerships in general helped achieve your missions and your goals?
I guess the best part is that when I'm working with companies that have international offices, I already have an understanding of culture, whether I've lived there or I have partners there, where we can have that conversation. So I'm not looking at it through one lens, maybe just the American lens. I'm looking at it as a global lens, and how we have communication when we're speaking about culture and work ethic and those types of things. So it's been an unbelievable blessing to have partners around the world that I get to call on and have these conversations with, as well as being able to put clients in touch with. So it's that's one of the ways that has also made the work that I do different than some of the other companies, is because I really do look at everything with a global lens, as well as a community lens, a city lens, a state lens, an American lens. It has to be global for us to understand. And even in my book, I wrote a section about what does diversity and inclusion mean globally, because their outreach and the way that they're working is a bit different than the way that we are here. So it's important.
It's important. And like they say, after all, it's a small world, right?
We all need each other, and we're not going to do it by ourselves.
It's incredible. I mean, you end up, in another country and you're like, wow, it's a small world. In the end, it seems like a very far away place, but doing international work is important.
Yes. And having lived out of this country, I lived in Europe for 10.5 years, and I lived in Asia for 3.5 years and owned a business in Asia. So global, it's part of my blood. I have dual nationality. it's important for me to make sure I keep those connections and I keep building them and I keep expanding them, because that's the only way you have true growth.
It's true. That's a beautiful thing that you've been able to travel and live in other places.
Yes.
Along with our mission of creating cross-sector partnerships for all Ideagen events, as you know, we use the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals as a backdrop. And do the businesses you're involved with work to help achieve the UN 17 SDGs? And if so, what are your efforts to support them? And which ones, do you feel so strongly about?
It was funny when I saw that question come in, and I really hadn't thought about it, because the conversations have not been as focused on the UN 17. But then I sat down and I went through it, and with the companies I'm working with, we're really hitting on 8 of the 17, from zero hunger to good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, which is one that, I have personally been involved in for years. Affordable clean energy is something new that I personally and my company has started to really dive into. Climate change, stand up for human rights, something I've always personally been involved, and partnerships for the goal. So it was really nice to sit back and say, even without having the conversation about the sustainable goals, I'm still working in them each day to build, again, the equity within each company that is not only for their employees, but how they're reaching out to their consumers or their community to continue to build these goals.
Excellent. This is true. The goals are outstanding. We love the 17 goals. Just every day I'm learning something new about the goals, but I think we stand for all of them collectively. What are your goals for 2021? You've been so busy. You're just getting started, I see.
Yes, we continue with the book. I'm working with great organizations, from people that have farms to CBD to education. And it's continuing, it's so vast, and entertainment, that is really amazing to see people really taking hold of wanting to build inclusion within their companies and organizations. That's part of the biggest goal, that and partnerships. I've said it for years, if you do not build partnerships, then we're all working down this road as a lone being, and we can't do that. If we're all reaching for the same goal, find the best people that you can work with and continue to grow. So that's a big part of my company's initiative, is to continue to work with partners. And I'm starting to reach globally to connect with companies that are doing similar work. And that's the big goal by the end of this year.
Awesome. That's awesome. And I love, that your company name, Keep It Moving, is another one of your companies. And I can't tell you how many times throughout the day that I carry on with that phrase, and I think of you, Leslie, and I think of all the great work you're doing. And I love the name, Keep It Moving, Keep It Moving.
You have no choice. And you have to be flexible. You have to keep it moving.
You do.
And I don't know if you know, Cavu is a aviation term for unlimited visibility.
Oh, even better.
And so that's so you have to have unlimited visibility in order to keep it moving.
I love it. So you're on my mind all day long, and you totally inspire me with the work you're doing. It's just really, truly awesome. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. So keep it moving, keep it going with the aviation. I love it, with the Cavu groups. Way to go. Yeah. It's been so awesome to have you here today on Ideagen TV. We're presented globally by Microsoft. So before I let you go, please share with us your call to action for our global audience as we continue to change the world. And how can our global audience find more about the work you are doing, and anything else you'd like to share with our global audience? Please do.
Perfect. Thank you. The biggest things are: make a commitment, be responsible for that commitment, be accountable for that commitment, for the mission and for people. Inclusion is not belonging. You belong to a book club. You want to be included. You want to have a valid voice within the room. Equity equals access. Stop saying equality. Say build equity, build inclusion. That's how you build growth, and that's how you build partnerships. If you like to know more about me, you can always reach out, the Cavu Group website, and all the social media is under the Cavu Group. And of course, the book is Expand Beyond Your Current Culture, and major bookstores and Amazon, and reach out. I love to have a conversation.
I love it, Leslie. I can't wait. I can't wait to share that book with others. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on all the great work you're doing. Let's get you to Washington, D.C. Let's get us to New York City, and let's get together.
Done. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's been way too long.
Same here, Leslie. Thank you so much for joining Ideagen TV today.
Thank you.
Okay.